All right, we started. Hey, this episode of the Thought Box podcast is going to be a little bit different. I've been struggling trying to get this audio video thing to work out the way I wanted it to and realized that the video part is going to have to come later, so it's going to be audio for a little bit.
They don't care.
Nobody cares. Yeah.
That's all I was thinking the whole time that you were saying that.
Yeah, it's just a fact. Well, I want to let you know now. It's been a while since we started.
It's good that you're transparent, though.
I want people to know.
You want people to trust you.
Nobody. I don't trust.
That's what it takes to trust, is being open and honest.
Here's some honesty. I honestly don't know what's going on in Hurricane Patricia, and that's what I'm going to start this bitch with.
It's no longer a hurricane.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it got downgraded to a tropical storm, and now it's nothing.
Did it fuck people up?
I don't think there were any casualties. From the last thing I saw, there were no casualties.
But that's fantastic, because that thing looked nasty.
Right? When it was about to go over Mexico, I was like, shit's going to get fucked.
They were doing those like world pictures of this storm that's brewing, and you're like, wow, that's a good portion of the entire planet. That's a big circle. And then it turns out to be nothing. I think weathermen are pissed. They're like, you're really fucking up our statistics, because
like
everything's fucking up. At least they downgraded it. Whatever.
Even like updates on it like started really being cut down. Like 21 hours is the last.
We just stopped caring. Like, oh, it's not that bad. It's just a regular storm. They're going to get really wet.
Check this out. Why Hurricane Patricia did less damage than expected.
Oh, teach me something.
Let's see. You know what I really hate? Let's talk about what I really hate. I hate ads that pop up on websites.
They're unnecessary evil.
And then like a second one.
They need. Okay. Do you hear that? Did that TV start playing downstairs?
Yes.
It's 100% playing. Okay.
Maybe Cisco's home.
Here. I doubt Cisco's coming back from El Salvador today. Tara, I'm going to leave you with one job in the middle of this.
Okay.
Keep talking. I'm going to be gone.
Have you met me? I got this.
Okay. Goodbye.
I can keep talking. Should I keep talking about the? Okay. Why don't I talk about the kids, because this is a really interesting article. I feel kind of stupid talking to myself. So there's an article that I just found, How to Spark Curiosity in Children Through Embracing Uncertainty, which I think is great. And let's see. It basically says, oh, wow. Are you already on your way up? Yeah. I don't even have time to even talk about anything. That worked out. It was way less effort than I thought it was going to be.
I don't know how to work an Xbox.
Well, I don't know.
Listen.
The Xbox doesn't know how to work itself.
That thing's got...
It's got a mind of its own.
Does have the Xbox that I have it's old. It's like 6 years old, and it's just starting to do the random shit. Turning itself on, not turning itself off, playing, pausing. Plus, it's part of the haunted Xbox Connect.
It's really weird.
So I don't understand any of it. It doesn't matter. I use it anyway. I stream all day. Hulu.
So the cheapest refurbished MacBook I can find is $1,100.
Why don't you just get a real MacBook in that case?
Ridiculous. What about on Craigslist?
How much are you willing to spend for a MacBook? Talk me through this.
Well, let's find out how much they're going for.
I bet you won't find anything less than $700. That's worth a shit.
On
anywhere.
Craigslist?
Anywhere for a new MacBook. I mean, unless it's stolen, which
no, $700. I'm okay with $700. $700's okay.
Do you think that'd be all right? I spent too much on mine, but I know exactly what I got.
How about this?
I'm happy about
17-inch. Well, it's from 2010. 2.66 dual-core i7. I'm just saying things. No idea what these things mean. 8 gig RAM, 500 gigabyte hard drive. And all my guy friends back home would be very disappointed in that.
Why don't you talk to one of your guy friends back home? You're
I know.
part of the nerdiest crowd on the planet. Can't you just be like, guys, I need a new computer?
I did. I asked Ron where to look for a refurbished Mac, and he said on the Apple website. But they're way too expensive. I'm not going to pay that much. You should know better, Ron.
Look at that. 750, 550, 850, 1200.
Oh, you can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, we screen shared. That's the whole part of this thing that you set up.
With Retina display. I know that's something. Kind of.
You're like, I know I've got
They always
retinas.
highlight that.
Retinas are in my eyes.
They always make that seem like that's a big thing.
Well, apparently it is.
Hello, Austin. I have MacBooks for sale. I don't trust that.
I don't trust anybody who puts a 3 megapixel picture up, if you're taking a picture of a MacBook and it
Right?
looks like a bunch of Legos because it's so pixelated, I'm not going to trust you for a financial exchange.
How about this thing?
That one's got a lion on
I
it.
want at least the 15-inch, I think.
Oh, of course you do.
Is that what yours is?
Oh.
Shut up.
Yeah,
It is? All right.
Listen.
I don't.
Yeah, mine's a regular.
The 11, like
it's
I could
the
get a
MacBook
MacBook
Pro, and it's the one that doesn't have the super video card, which in hindsight, I wish I would have got the super video card just so I can, but I didn't think I was going to be doing any video stuff. Turns out I have no idea what I'm doing
Turns out
with
all
video.
of a sudden
I have no idea
you
what
have
I'm
a
doing.
podcast.
So. I don't have a podcast. I
That
talk
materialized
that I
from
record
thin air.
and I put it on the internet and nothing happens with it.
Well,
And
that's okay.
but no,
It's your
that's what it
thoughts.
needs to be.
It's your thoughts. When you're older, you can listen back to this and say, "Oh, I remember that time in my life."
And laugh.
Yeah, yeah. Of course you're going
Or
to.
cry. Well, I could laugh and cry.
It depends on how your life goes from this point forward.
This
but
is honestly though, it's just really fun. How
if this
many
if
times
this is a highlight, you'll probably cry
how many times do we come up here and do this and not even record it? And we could have recorded like a
a
quadrillion
million
of them by now.
times.
Yeah.
It's just what we say isn't worth a damn. So
I think I'm hilarious. That's turning out to be.
what
a
about
problem
what
in
about
life.
women?
I think you're
Are women funny?
Sometimes. No, I watched a big show on it today. They're not funny at all. I think that's horrible.
I think women are pretty fucking funny.
I don't. That is. Was it a documentary? I guess it was kind of.
Yeah.
It's like a comedic documentary, or she called it
was-
a cockumentary.
A cockumentary.
I don't even know who.
I don't even know what that
Before
means.
before we do this, I'm gonna look up and see what it even was because I just put it on. I was looking for Amy Schumer, her new special on Netflix today, and I ended up watching this one called "Women Aren't Funny."
That's the thing you were watching, right?
Yes, and it was a comedian, and I can't. Let me just find her name, Bonnie McFarlane.
But,
She did.
yeah, that's it.
And her and her husband, excuse me, her and her husband are a duo, and he opens for her apparently, and he's funnier than she is apparently,
he's
or he's
more
a dude,
famous.
and he gets recognized all the time, and she doesn't get any recognition. And you just see how
She's a
frustrated she
woman.
gets through the whole thing. And the whole basis is that women aren't funny, and a lot of people actually believe that women aren't funny, and they go on here and they tell her why. And some people do think that women are funny, and one of the big key points was they don't find being funny an attractive quality in a female,
Which
a lot of
makes
people,
absolutely no
I'm like,
fucking
fuck
sense
you
to
guys,
me.
dude. I'd rather have a girl. I mean, the cool, sexy thing from the movie where she throws her leg around a corner and she's like, "Hey, baby," and I'm like, "Ooh, yeah." I'd rather have her make me laugh a little bit, and then we can bang it out. But
Well, it also depends on what you're looking for.
gotta be
If
funny,
you're just
yeah.
looking for like a good-looking piece of ass to
If
nosh
you're-
on for a night,
coming to me for relationship advice, you are
Then
you've
there's a
you've
problem.
made a series of wrong turns.
that's exactly how I feel about that situation.
Yeah, it's a really cool show though. I ended up watching all of it and over
It was
caffeinating
good.
myself.
I liked her.
She made a lot of fair points, but I don't really know how it concluded. Like, I don't know if women are or aren't funny at the end of it.
Him.
I will say that. Do you think people are harder on female
Yes.
comedians?
Of course I do.
Why are they harder on them?
I don't think they're
Is it because
necessarily.
they're not as funny?
I don't think that. No, I don't think they're necessarily harder on them. I think that, like, one of the things Amy Schumer was just talking about in her thing is how she's labeled as a sex comic.
Yeah.
Because she's a woman that talks about sex, but like any guy comedian talks about sex, and he's not a sex comic. He's a fucking comic.
Yeah.
Like he's just a man. But like if a woman's talking about sex, she's labeled in the genre of a sex comic. Like she's not just a
Will
regular.
you quit trying to
comic.
turn
Makes
this
no
into a
sense.
sex podcast? I'm trying to have a regular podcast
I'm just
here.
saying.
You make a good point, and
true.
I don't know if it's going to change because people are kind of hardwired in a stupid, primitive way.
I know.
But Amy Schumer's hilarious. I saw her at
Whatever.
Circa the
Fucking
Americas
own
a
it,
couple
Amy.
weeks ago, and I laughed till I peed. I'm not even. She's
Oh,
so
you
good.
did.
So
You peed.
funny.
Did you really pee?
So
You
funny.
peed a
The girl
little.
in front of me didn't like dick jokes at all.
What? She got like offended?
At all. No, the Big J Okerson, he's hilarious. Big dude, talks, he's like a big burly guy, and he made about 1 million dick jokes. I find them hilarious. And she's over here and she's just like, "Dick jokes aren't funny. This guy's ridiculous." And then
Everyone has
next thing
something
I
to say
know,
about
I'm
everyone.
not listening to him and I'm having a little debate with her over dick jokes on how I do like a well-made dick joke.
Oh my god! You started talking to this bitch
A
about
lot,
it.
yeah. We had a pretty good conversation about it. And I don't think I convinced her that she needs to appreciate a dick joke.
Nope, I
But-
highly doubt that.
But the conversation happened, and that's what mattered.
Wow,
He was funny.
these are good conversations to have.
The girl that came out for him, though, one of the first openers, she was funny too. And she was more of like a dick joke kind of comic where she just kind of made fun of herself and sexual things that she went. I guess just have most of the comics out there. But anyways.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, I digress.
No, that's okay.
She bombed so hard.
Seriously?
She bombed. People hated. Like, and they just, I guess they didn't hate, but like a whole, like everybody was there. It was filled to the brim and it wasn't dark yet. It was really early in the show. And just people were talking. People were still socializing. They weren't listening and nobody was laughing. And so she was just like, oh, nobody laughed. And it's not that nobody was laughing. It's just that most people weren't paying attention. And it was just a bad setup. So her whole set went terrible.
It sucks.
But she did exactly what she was supposed to do. It took a while to get that entire... It's like you're doing a performance for a big ADD child, and you got to, like, rein their attention in after a while. So she's up there putting on some dance moves until everybody's attention span
I give them so much credit.
It's got to be hard.
Seriously.
It's got to be hard.
Just to have to get the attention of a crowd that large.
Yeah, and when it doesn't happen, sometimes
you have to be that engaging.
Sometimes they choose not to be engaged.
And you have to be, I know. And you have to, in that case, you have to be even more on because like you have to like riff off the fact that there are people that fucking hate you.
I've seen it go bad though. It kind of started to go bad for a second.
You just can't take it personally.
When you start hating on a crowd,
really quick.
Yeah, when you start hitting on a crowd like that, and all of a sudden the crowd's taking offense, and it's you versus the crowd, then try getting them back.
Yeah, talk about
Good
mob
luck.
mentality. You're one against a whole
That's never gonna happen.
slew of people.
Do you know how you can guarantee that the show's still gonna be fine? Put Amy Schumer in your lineup.
Yeah, no.
She spent the whole time running from bugs. Did I tell you that earlier?
Oh yeah, you did. Actual bugs?
Like actual bugs, because there were all those stage lights down at the Circuit of the Americas, and these monster bugs would come dive bombing the stage.
Yeah.
And she's wearing heels and a little dress, trying to look all cute like she does.
Yeah.
And she would be in the middle of a joke and just go and
out.
run and stop everything, and then complain about it for a while. I was like, she pulled it off. It was adorable. Somehow I liked it.
Well, she's just, you can tell that she's just being herself. That's why I like her a lot.
Maybe bugs are a little bit terrifying. I'll say it. I'm not a big fan of bugs. Anybody who's met me, my entire family would say this.
Them too.
Oh, listen.
We've collectively run away.
I'd cut down a tree. And I grow my beard out.
Fine. You don't have to. You don't have to prove your masculinity to me. I understand. Since you don't have to. I don't fight.
Remember that time that salamander got in here?
It wasn't a salamander. It was a gecko.
As far as I'm concerned, it was a dragon from Game of Thrones.
It was not even 2 inches long. It was a baby.
It came at me,
and it took me putting it in a Tupperware container to get it out of the fucking house. It wasn't difficult at all. They're peaceful animals.
Peaceful until they're going through your neck. They'll probably crawl in your mouth if you take a nap. Statistical fact.
Your rational argument on this is that I couldn't get near it because what if it jumped from the base of the floor into my throat? Because that's their first reaction.
It could be. Maybe you got one that's a little riled up. He's obviously tired of Mother Nature's shit. That's why he's on the inside now. He broke into the house.
Or then he got in the house and then it was like, fuck!
No, he got in the house like, this shit's mine now.
This looks nothing like what I'm used to.
This is not good.
I did see a cockroach the other day. At the base.
That's the third one ever to be seen in this house.
It's probably the same one that's just living in the house. It's at the base near the water dish where the dog's water dish is.
Did you tase it? Did you set it on fire?
No, you know what I do to cockroaches here in Texas? I look at them and say, good day, sir, and keep moving because they're just going to exist
That's
anyway.
what Amy Schumer was thinking. She saw this thing flying through the sky and was like, nope.
I'm
and ran away.
My hands are up. No, I wasn't fucking with that thing.
Do you want to hear a traumatizing moth experience I went through and I'll remember for the rest of my life? So originally from Montana, we don't have a lot of gigantic flying things up there.
No?
They get cold enough where most of them just have a bad time. And I spent most of my childhood. I mean, I was a Boy Scout, but I liked to skateboard and do like city type things. So I wasn't really good with nature. And I remember coming in and I was at my grandma's house and she lives in Alabama, in this little farmy type area. And they got a little bit of land. And I was walking inside and it was dark out and my dad was behind me and a moth flew in from outside and landed on my shoulder, like a moth-sized moth. And I walk in and I notice my dad's like, hey. And I look down and I see it on my shoulder and I literally lost control of everything in my body. I screamed, I spasmed, I flailed, I ran, I cried. I just lost my shit. And that's when I realized that I was scared of these bugs, and I spent the entire rest of the trip being terrified that something was going to come crawl on me, or I was just like, man.
That's so...
It was terrible.
Putting yourself in that state of fear is so...
It's stupid. And as a little kid, like, nobody talked me out of it. Like, I didn't get talked into, like,
They're
this
just
is how you
like,
handle it.
"Oh."
I just hated them and just freaked out every time. And then
This guy
follow
was doing
that
one
up.
of his things again.
Follow that up with me and my cousin. My cousin was babysitting me one time. We were under strict instructions not to go into the backyard and fuck with the wasp nest.
Wait, I'm really sorry. I have to... Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Tara's got some things going on. She's got a little family issue. Dad's dog's not doing so well. He got hit by a car today.
He's not gonna make it.
He's not gonna make it. He's in doggy ICU. They had him intubated last we heard. He was bleeding internally. What was his name? I keep calling him Lucky.
Loki.
It's Loki. Poor Loki. How's your dad?
Hey,
His mom saying, who's texting you right now?
I don't know. It was my mom. And my mom. You're right. My dad would never.
Dad, have you talked to your dad at all since any of this went down?
No, I don't. My dad will.
Have you tried? Or does he need distance?
No. I would never even try. That's why I'm talking through my mom right now.
Do you need to call them? Do you need to... We could put this bitch on pause.
Yeah, I might need to do that.
Okay. Well, let me know. And we'll come back after the phone call if need be. Or maybe they're doing... They're at the vet right now, both, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they're at the emergency vet. I'm just asking my mom to clarify for me. I think they're going to put him down.
Internal bleeding's not that good.
No.
It's not good at all. Ease. Oofta. It's not good when you lose a little furry one. I got these two here, and I don't know what I'm going to... I get anxiety when I think about what's going to happen to them. It's stupid. Why do I put myself in this situation? To care too much.
Yeah.
But every time I see a lady, I'm like, meh. I like my dogs!
Yeah. Yep. I know. It's amazing what we'll put ourselves through.
Put myself through this blanket. Okay. We'll be back after this phone.
I know. This shit's going to get deep.
Yeah. We got to talk about that.
I need to move away from a microphone.
We do. All right. 3, 2, can't find it. And we're back.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So how'd it
go? I mean, I'm probably the best in the entire situation because I'm so far removed from it.
2,000 miles away.
Yeah. But my mom is all upset, obviously, as she should be. Because now, not only does she have to worry about the fact that Loki's not there anymore, but now she has to take care of my father.
And he just left? He's going for a ride? He's going to Florida. Yeah. He's going to go to Florida.
Yeah, that's very possible. You never know. He might take off.
They just got back from Florida, didn't they?
Yeah. I'm glad I got to see him. Like, just being home, I got to see him for the last time. But, yeah, my dad's going to be a disaster.
Loki was a rock star, basically. Went everywhere with.
He was a celebrity.
How old was Loki? I mean, he was still pretty spry, right? He traveled the country with your padre. So
I adopted him in 2009. And he was 6 months old. So he's, what year is it now? 2015. He was almost 7, or was 7.
Yeah.
I think he was 7 this year. Yeah. It's weird too that they went within the same year of each other. Like Sophie died of a brain tumor last year, and he died this year. I would have never expected that.
And it was out front of your guys' house. I'm sorry, I'm making you relive this here.
Yeah,
but
it was. Yeah,
it was right in front. Details.
It was right in front of my parents' house.
That's the saddest thing. That's how many times he probably just been out there hanging out.
He has. Well, that's what he does. He runs out of the door to the car.
Did he get spooked by something, or what was different about today?
No, he probably
jerk driving.
No, I mean, it is what it is, you know. He he'll run to the car, but he then very slowly goes towards the street. Sometimes he goes in it, sometimes he doesn't. All you gotta do is go Loki, and he'll come back to you. But my dad probably didn't catch him in time, and there was probably a car it's a bend, so there was probably a car coming around the bend that just was going too fast or two, whatever, because they do that all the time over there. And
It's a bad corner.
Yeah, all of his insides basically were like pushed upward. So
Probably
his diaphragm had collapsed, and
you can't really.
They could have done so. They said they could do surgery.
That's a
but
huge surgery.
It's a huge surgery.
And poor dogs, they don't really understand what surgery is.
They weren't going to go through that.
That's terrible.
Because then, God forbid, they go through the surgery. It gives my father a little bit of hope.
Yeah, and it prolongs this horrid, a rough couple of weeks until the same. Yeah.
Exactly.
I wish nobody.
Right, and then you never know what could happen. And then I know how that feels. I know the whole process of waiting. Like I had to do with Sophie.
Was a few weeks.
She was 9 weeks.
9 weeks.
Like to the day that she got diagnosed on Mother's Day.
Yeah, and then 9 weeks.
And then they didn't know how long she would have.
Anything was wrong.
Yep. And she seemed okay for the first couple of weeks, and then she started having more seizures back to back to back. And then they upped her dosage, and that wasn't really fixing anything. And then she started having neurological issues. Like she couldn't see as well. She wasn't hearing as well. She was turning only one way. She would only like turn to the left. And like once all that stuff started happening, you knew it was downhill really quick. So the waiting prepares you for it. It totally does. Because like I shut off emotionally completely during that time. Like I did. I just completely shut myself off. But it's almost like... I don't know if
that's healthier than a rash decision right after.
It's not. I'd almost rather just like have the loss.
Ripping the Band-Aid off?
Yeah. And like feel it for like the moment that I have to feel it.
Yeah, it's like they have different grieving processes. Like you start grieving 9 weeks earlier as soon as you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what's going to happen, but you don't have a timer for it.
No,
and now when you have a timer, it changes things. That's what I
never dealt with it because I pushed it out.
I imagine if I got cancer, I would probably say the same thing. Like I know there's a timer on my life right now.
Yeah.
But it's a different timer. Like it's a new timer, and I'm worried that maybe that I'll just pay too much attention to it. I hope that I don't pay any attention to it, and I could just continue to live my life. You know. Well, you see, some people do. Some people, it almost changes their life for the better, and they live more than they probably would have lived in their whole life in those last few weeks.
Well, that's what you want to do.
But still, it's because of it's because of the alternate timer. Yeah. That's in its own way. It's like paying attention to that timer as well. Yeah.
And
no timers.
And isn't it a great lesson that you're right? Like knowing the amount of time that you have left completely changes the way that you live. But ours is just like we know it's going to happen. We just have absolutely no idea, but yet we live safely.
Relatively safely. We're still made out of spongy stuff and bones.
Well, yeah, sure. But
we don't do very well falling down a 3-stair sometimes, and people take that for granted.
I don't mean like that. I mean like we don't try and have as many experiences as possible, even though we know
some
that we have
people try to avoid as many experiences as they can. I've been guilty as that too. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna lock myself in my house today, and I'm gonna get down with Netflix. I'm gonna Netflix and chill with my dog.
Well, that's completely okay.
Yeah, it's okay in reason as long as you're not doing that more and more and more and more and more. Next thing you know, that's all you do,
right.
And then you're 90.
Right. Well, that's the last thing you want to do.
And you're Netflix and chilling.
You want to You want to live as much as you can while you're here.
Yeah.
That's dedicated to Logan.
What are you gonna go do next?
Huh?
What are you gonna do next for your big living spree? You flew back home just a little bit ago.
What does that mean? Oh yeah, I went to
Rhode
Rhode Island.
That was your last adventure.
I went to Rhode Island. That was quite the adventure.
Yeah. Did you appreciate the farewell gifts I sent you via text message? Of the planes crashing?
Oh, yeah, you're a dick.
You're welcome.
As I'm about to get on a plane, getting YouTube videos of crashing planes from the cabin.
Some of them lived.
Most
of them,
awful.
it was just a real bad day for a lot of people. But you need to be prepared.
I don't know.
The one showed the dude looking down. It was a GoPro, and they crashed into the ocean. Did you watch? You probably didn't even watch.
No,
yeah.
I watched the first 2 seconds, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, sorry.
Not happening.
And the plane crashes. And by the way, it happens way faster than you think. You don't even have time to realize that you're crashing. Like, you're watching it, and they're flying right above the ocean. And then you hear, meep, meep, meep. And then all of a sudden, they're in the ocean. It was that fast. And there's water coming out of the plane, and everybody is a lot more calm than I thought they would be. And the guy looks over, and the guy next to him pulls the flotation device out of the. It's not your seat in this case, if you're paying attention. It's in the back of the seat in front of you. And then the dude sees that he does it. He reaches over, grabs the same thing, throws it on her neck. They go to the emergency exit and just plop out into the ocean. And their things inflate and they're hanging out. And people are still a lot more calm than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
I thought there'd be
Is this
people
a simulation
screaming.
or an
Nope, this is
actual-
real deal. Somebody caught this on a GoPro. We should. I'll bring it up here in a second. It's
Oh my God.
crazy. And then they hold on to this plane and they watch slowly as this plane is sinking nose deep into the water. Just bloop, 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 bloop. And then that's it. That's the video ends. And I'm assuming they just hang out in the water. I feel like the guy lived because
I just
the
don't
video
watch
got posted.
videos like this.
But yeah, well, neither do I. But when I'm trying to give you,
Like, I have no.
when I'm trying to motivate you for your plane trip, I want to make sure I do it appropriately.
That's awful.
You're welcome. I'm here for you. Can you remind me how to get to YouTube? Because my computer is being... I can't
Search
say the R
engine,
word
I mean,
anymore.
yeah.
Playing?
No, web browser. Not search engine.
Crashes. From the inside. Thank you for sharing that yawn with me.
I was stretching. Sorry.
Oh,
I really
boy.
needed that.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Really needed
There's a
that.
few of these. I don't know which one. Ugh. I forgot I went through so many. Got it. Get to my screen now.
I don't think we're...
Oh, sorry. This is the wrong one. This is going to take a while.
And we're not Google Hangouting.
We're not? Did you leave me? I didn't leave you.
I'm going to click on...
Click on
okay.
it again. I'm here. I'm here for you. Things are happening. Thanks for coming back.
I don't know. I did have a Google Hangout.
Yeah, see, we're right here. IT. Ouch. Ouch.
Sorry.
Ouch. Plane crash caught on GoPro?
Crash is not with an E.
I'm typing too fast. Crash. Just kidding. I can't spell for shit. Plane crash caught on GoPro. Solid. Probably this one. This is how you get copyright issues on podcasts, I'm pretty sure.
This we want to show you is the
So they're
kind of
flying,
camera
and this
it was
guy's
shot
just
on.
got
It's
this
called a
GoPro up, just
GoPro
hanging out.
camera, and it is a
Remember, keep the mouse
remarkable
moving.
video.
Oh yeah, you can't see. I don't understand why that's a thing. So it's not a huge plane, but you know, there's what, 12 people on it?
Those passengers don't know it yet, but
Looks
they
like a
are
relatively
seconds
nice
away
one.
from experiencing the worst fear of every air traveler.
That's never a good sound for anything.
The alarm sound.
And he decides to turn a GoPro out the window, and they're just catching the ocean. What's up?
To the ocean.
And now you're in the ocean. You're no longer in the air. And that's an issue if you were just on a plane and your plane lands on runways. See, this is where I thought there'd be a ton of screaming, though. No screaming.
Did he not say that they were crashing?
I didn't hear anything, right? The pilot's right there. He could have been like, hold on, guys. This shit's going down. Pilot's just trying to pull it off, so he's like, I gotta look cool in these aviators.
As water fills the inside of the plane.
Okay, if that first sound is bad and if it progresses with this sound, you're in a real conundrum.
Yeah.
For sure.
How did they end up getting out of this?
Well, they cracked that emergency thing. Oh, I don't know how they lived. Like this, I didn't follow up. These people could have all died after this, and someone just stopped the GoPro when they grabbed them up for the research or the I can't talk for the retrieval. Yep. See, just holding on to the plane until it just sinks into the ocean. Bye, Felicia. It's going down, along with your hopes and dreams of survival. It's probably one of my worst nightmares, but I'm not gonna stop flying on planes.
No, me neither.
Because the alternative is driving or going on a boat. And
driving can be even more treacherous.
nobody got time for that. Because, yeah, you got people just,
At least if you're gonna, like, die.
do it slowly in the ocean from shark
No,
attack.
do it in a plane. Like, hopefully it'll hit land and you'll just fucking die on contact.
How lonely do you feel right now? You're looking down for the plane. The plane's down there, guys. The plane's gone.
Throughout the 3-minute
Shit.
ordeal,
Where's Ralph?
Camera never stops rolling, even as the plane begins to sink into the ocean.
God damn it.
That with time stop and everything that you remembered in your past, your loved ones and everything, you know, this, I didn't say goodbye to them.
Water.
Whole life just goes in front of you.
How many seconds? 3 seconds?
And we're
3-4
remarking
seconds?
and
That's
watching-
scary as shit.
That's how fast your life turns around. Now you're flying for an island and you're looking for a volleyball that you can paint Wilson on to make your best friend, and then you got to eat your other buddies
That's
just
so
to stay alive.
scary.
Heaven forbid there's like monsters on that island. I watch the movies. I know what's going
Oh
on.
my God, we waste so much time.
All of my time. I'm trying to be productive. It's my new. Everybody
so
probably
much
says this
time.
all the time. I feel like that's just a bigger part of growing up and being an adult is you just go, I'm gonna do more productive things with my time, and then I'm still watching
No.
ridiculous videos on my Facebook feed, not doing what I want to do.
Right.
I've been doing this. I'm gonna read more books, and that just means I start like 2 more books or 3 more books, and then tell people I'm reading more books. It's disgusting.
But you don't actually remember.
I got to. I'm doing it now.
Are you
making
reading,
myself.
Are you reading a book?
I'm reading one about food called Fear Food that Greg gave me, and then one
Yeah.
about the American Dream, Who Stole the American Dream, that my buddy Mike gave me, and he highly recommended. And I'm not going to say you should read it or not read it based off the first page that I've read, but I hear it's a pretty decent time
Okay.
to spend for your brain.
I'm just finishing that book, Stiff, about cadavers and different
How long
things
have
that
you been
they're used
reading
for.
that? Because I've seen
Oh
that
my
ever
God,
since you moved in.
Forever.
Do you remember the beginning? You got a spark
Yeah,
notes?
I remember. I think I started reading it on. Oh my God. I started reading it seriously on the way to Austin for South by Southwest. This is how long it takes me to read a book. That was
4
like
months?
7 months ago.
So like 7 months.
And then I didn't touch it, I don't think, until I went back to when I went to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
I think I really got through it then. I got through a lot of it then. And now I read it when I fly. It's like my flying book. So like at home, I don't really read it.
It's going to be pretty hard to read that in the ocean when your next plane crashes.
It's interesting to read about cadavers while you're flying because you know it's always a possibility to die. And
Definitely a
they talk
possibility.
about
fighting gravity.
one of
Fuck
the
you, gravity.
things
I'm in
in
the air
it-
now.
while I was flying, the part I was reading was about someone who examines plane crashes and determines how they occurred.
Did you plan that? Did you save that part?
No,
for your, or
nope. That just kind of
happened?
came up, and
That's
I
why I
remember,
put the book down.
I remember getting.
I'm
at
gonna watch that in-flight
I
movie.
remember getting to that part, and I was like, I've got 2 options here. I can
Yeah.
either drill through this while I'm on this plane ride, or I can wait until I'm on safe land.
Nothing
and I
like-
went for it. I'm a risk taker.
Nothing like reading your way into an anxiety attack.
I
Thousands of feet
I
above
was
you.
challenging myself. I was challenging myself to see if I could handle that
That's-
level of anxiety.
Inconsiderate to your fellow passengers.
I know.
I'm just gonna try this out,
Hey, you
guys.
know what?
We'll
I
see how
challenged
it
myself
goes.
and I got there.
Let's see if I
So,
start.
kudos.
Let's see if somebody has to hit me with a Haldol.
Yeah,
Let's see if we
I
make an
made it
emergency
through.
landing halfway.
I made it through. That's all that
Good
matters.
job. Did you make it to the last concert you went to? You did. The El King. You made it through.
Yeah, I did.
Couple
And I
ones-
was right in front.
Couple ones before that, not so well.
Right in front. Oh, yeah. Well, I've been having panic attacks. I don't know. This is a big change for me.
Yeah. You haven't had one with me when we go out, thank
No,
God.
thank
Because
God.
I told you I'm just going to leave
every
you.
other friend I have here.
I'm just going to, because you know you're going to be on your own. Like, Tara, I don't have time
I'm
for
totally
this.
going to have to take care
You're
of
going to
myself.
have to call me when you get this figured out. No, I'm
Although
just
no
kidding.
matter, even when it happens, I don't bother the
stay.
person I'm with. I'm like, give me a moment. I'm just going to go pass out real quick and I'll be good.
We're going to lay in a field.
I just need, yeah.
See you in an hour.
Oh, my throat. I
At least you're not
apologize.
Doing it Shia LaBeouf style. Getting yourself arrested.
Ugh,
It's
I'm
7
going to drink a
o'clock.
little bit of this cold coffee.
That's been there for well over an hour.
I just need something to coat my throat.
Coat my throat. Pound chicken. What?
That's right. I'm looking at events on Eventbrite.
This ginger kombucha is delicious.
What happened to the root beer one?
It's coming up next. I got multiple. Kombucha
Oh.
is fruitful in my life.
Kombucha.
It's my new thing. I'm on that probiotic kick, along with the no sugar
They
kick.
mentioned kombucha on Daria the other night.
Really?
That's how long. Yeah, that's how long it's been.
Well, it's only been around for 2,000 some odd years.
No, I know, but
according
it
to
was
the internets.
relevant in the world of the people who wrote Daria.
Yeah, I'm not surprised
In
by that.
2000.
Daria, I forget how good Daria was.
Ugh.
We watched, a few
It's the
episodes
best
of
show
Daria.
ever. It's the best show ever.
We fall asleep to Daria
Yeah.
on the couch?
Yep.
Fell asleep on the couch.
Yep.
Well, covered
It
in
is the
dogs.
best
It's
show
not
ever.
comfortable.
I'm obsessed with that
The
show.
last one was in 2001. So long ago.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
was 17 when it ended.
Still, I probably haven't seen it since like 2001. It's been a long time.
I started watching seasons 1 and 2 like when I first got here.
All that I could remember is that I liked it and that she talked in a monotone voice.
Yeah, no, I love her.
She reminds me of Bob's Burgers. Who's the girl in Bob's Burgers? The dogs are definitely
Louise.
eating something. No, not that one. The one that is socially awkward.
Tina.
She's kind of like a Tina sister. Maybe. I'm probably making all that up. That's not accurate.
Well, she sounds kind of like Tina. But the person herself is not like her. She sounds like her.
A lot.
And she even, like, body-wise, she kind of carries herself like her. But Daria's much more
You mean they draw the cartoon standing straight up?
Yeah.
It's
a body shape. It's like
they're both cartoons.
They're boxy.
You're boxy.
Your
The
mom's
boxy.
Your mom's boxy. There really are no great events coming up.
I'm going to start. I told you about brewing my own kombucha. I'm going full out.
Yeah, you're going to go for it.
Whatever.
It's so
probiotics.
It's so much work.
After discovering probiotics and how beneficial they can make you feel, got to do that without spending $3 a day on kombucha. I feel like that's financially irresponsible for anybody. It's like 50 cents for 1 million gallons of kombucha, but you have to like
that's really cheap.
Toggle having this live organism all the time called the SCOBY or the Scooby. I don't really know how to pronounce it, to be honest. It's SCOBY.
Look it up on the internet.
Well, I'd have to hear somebody talk about it. And anybody who's talking about it, I probably can't stand their voice, and I don't want to hear them say it because they're like practicing some yoga, and I just gotta get my kombucha in. But it really is. They're kind of right. They're on the right track. This kombucha stuff's a great way to get probiotics, and it's delicious.
You want to go to a leadership training day?
Listen,
it's in San Antonio. When is this?
Sure
November
don't.
14th.
You want me to relocate myself?
It's free.
Free? Wow, they got free stuff in
Oh my god.
On the internet. Which I'm going to spend all of my next weekend doing nothing again, I'm sure.
Tickets, please, let it be provided. I'm totally signing up for this.
I did too much this week and I got too much out. Hey, Elton John jams out. Did I tell you this? I've never seen a man play a piano as well. I couldn't see how fast his hands were moving. He had one camera just on his hands, and he had this piano solo, and the entire crowd was just staring. And part of the crowd almost died. We almost were in this news in one of the newspapers because we all filter in. By the way, me and Brian cut everybody. We were walking around the Formula One track, and I was like, Brian, we can either stay at the end of this line, which looks like if it was the line to the arc, which it kind of did look like because the weather was so gloomy, and it was like this giant thing that looks like people.
Yeah, the weather has been awful here.
Like we could stand here 2 by 2 like they're doing it, or we could just walk to the front and improvise. And we walked all the way around to the front and cut like 2,000 million people. Just nobody cared. Sat there, got in front, and got pretty decent seats, but there was this big barricaded part with metal barriers where they wouldn't let people on a hill. And Elton John comes out, and about 30 seconds into the first song, one person busts through this barrier, and then, the mob mentality, everybody sets in and they're losing their shit for Elton John, and they just half push open these metal gates. And so all these people just start flooding forward, rushing the stage.
Holy shit.
And for some reason, the very front seats that had all the super nice seats for the VIP stuff where they spend a lot of money to get, nobody was sitting there. The entire section not filled. It had to have been like 100 empty seats. When we started to comment is right when this happened. We're like, are they not going to fill this stuff? And the people just start pushing through. And so these gates are like half open and stuck in the mud. And you've got people just pushing you on the back. And I'm like trying to funnel over.
This is a very eventful concert.
Yeah, the one guy's like, this isn't safe next to me. And I'm like, no, scoot over. And we're trying to get around so we don't get pushed against the gate. Like I'm sure somebody got squished as shit. And then we went through, and then we were hopping this really big raceway barrier to get the rest of the way to get into that area where nobody was. And people were just like chucking people over this thing, and drunk guys were falling over it because it was at the end of the F1 races. So people have had a good long day of drinking $12 beers and shit face, and they're just falling over this mud and sharp concrete barricade. It was a disaster, but Elton John brought the house.
Well, if that's what you take away from that whole situation, then I think he did his job.
I survived. We almost didn't get a ride home, too. I can't believe we had a taxi cab deny us, which I found out from the other taxi is illegal. They can't say no. He asked where we're going, and we're like 3 miles that way. And he laughed and drove off because we're not high dollar enough for him.
Wow.
And it was game over.
And you'd think they wouldn't be cutting corners like that, considering that Uber's eating them out of house and home.
Well, I think it's because taxi drivers are kind of assholes in general. That's the problem. So far,
Generalizing.
Generalizing is the issue. But when your whole thing of profit is based off of how you're rated, you can not necessarily, did I get you from A to B? That guy doesn't have to be nice to us. He works for the taxi company. They're going to pay him regardless.
Would you like to go to Spark Austin, How to Build an Inspired Business? It's Wednesday, November 4th from 6 to 7:30, and it's free. How do you feel when reciting your elevator pitch or reading the About section on your website? Hint, the answer should be inspired. Freelancers who have a strong understanding of their purpose inspire others to work with them. The more clearly you express your vision, the more attractive your business becomes to potential new clients. Join Spark on November 4th to workshop how to build an inspired business. Clarify your purpose and attract better clients. Discover what traits make you an engaging and magnetic leader. Develop an action plan to overcome business barriers and achieve success.
I don't know if I needed all that.
Let's do it!
Yeah, whatever. Let's go.
Okay, yeah.
I'm down.
That'd be fun.
Oh,
I love stuff
register.
like this.
Quantity? I feel like they make me feel bad when I'm a quantity.
Should I make it for 3? If Cisco wants to come?
Francisco, of course.
Right.
Is he going to leave the business cards everywhere, Francisco? If you listen to this
He
far,
might.
just know
He
that you
might.
leave your business cards everywhere. And I clean them up and I put them in a pile. And then you come back and he had them where the pots and pans go the other day. A whole mess of them. I was just like, I don't even know
Really?
why they're here. Doesn't make sense.
Oh, I wasn't here for a while.
yeah,
That's
you've
right.
been gone. Since you've been
See, I miss all
gone. I've been
this
taking care of the banyan.
Who's a banyan?
She hasn't stroked in 2 days.
Who's a banyan? Oh, I know. Listen, I can't right now.
Yeah.
Not with one dog just passing.
That's terrifying.
I can't
She's got to
imagine it.
keep her shit together. No more doing the banyan
I
wobble.
know. Banyan, we're going to go to the vet next week. We're going to get checkups so we can see how healthy we are.
Old Shadow's got to go get his follow-up to make
Right.
sure his thyroid medicine can get refilled for another, I'm assuming, 3 months. And then old Storm has
This
to
is why
go.
you always have to leave just like a
Do
little
a yearly checkup.
bit of distance. Everything dies.
We all die.
I had to bring it down. I had to bring the house down.
It's
I'm gonna drop the mic on that one.
something. No, it's something that
Everything's
we
nice.
as a culture over here kind of separate ourselves with a lot of other cultures. Even with like a family member, like if we have a family member die, other people come and take care of it. And a lot of other cultures, if you have a family member die, like you have to go bury your own family member, and you become really in tune with death, or on a different level. I would say if you have to continuously do that, and that's part of the culture. Other than grandma died, I never saw grandma. Somebody came up, put her in a foster home, and now she's in an urn. Like it's a little different. It's a lot more. There's more separation, I guess.
We can't post this right away
Okay.
because we mentioned that Loki died, and I can't have that on Facebook.
That's right. That's gonna be a while, anyways. Because these audio ones, because I don't have my podcasting life together. I dove into this. I wanted to put this podcast together, and I did it in a month. It's way too soon. Terry's like, yeah, let's do it.
What?
And then I brought home equipment like a week later. Here's the saving money. Nope. False.
Oh, saving money is so difficult. It's like one of the hardest things. on the
Some
planet.
people say it's difficult. Other people say it's impossible.
Oh yeah, no, it's not impossible.
It is if you're as responsible as I am. I'm like, oh look, I can buy some new Chuck Taylors.
Well,
I'm gonna
yeah,
get those Chuck
exactly.
Taylors.
But like I said, I used to be the same way, and I'm still not great at saving money, but I'm way better at it now than I was a year ago. That's
I'm
for
working
sure.
on it, but the problem is I've been working on it for a good since I was 15. Since I was 15, working at Prime Cut, I've been
It's an
trying
ongoing
to
battle. It really is. It's always
that bank account
It's always
fat.
happening. It's always happening. The money struggle's real.
The money struggle. More than a struggle. Do you want to hear me? So you were singing here? We got to teach you how to use this
God.
stuff so you
Yeah.
can record these and I can put the
It
money
was
in
for
that for us
hours.
to laugh to. I'm just kidding. I bet you sound great. Are you going to go through the vocal lessons?
Yeah.
Don't you have a person? Who's your person?
Well, no, I don't have a person yet. I have Judd, who's a drummer, who knows multiple people who offer vocal lessons. So I'm
Are you trying to get
give me
free
names.
vocal lessons? Are you willing to pay for them?
No, I pay for them. Like I looked on Craigslist too, for someone who does like voice coaching.
If Cisco makes it this far in the podcast, Cisco, you were supposed to be giving voice lessons, but guess what?
Oh,
Sir?
yeah.
You
Yeah.
are doing what that article that you had me read is doing, and is procrastinating his life away.
I know. It's what you should be doing because you're good at it.
He'd be awesome.
Yeah.
He's personable, and he is a 5'2" Panamanian that belts opera at a decibel that my ears almost can't handle sometimes. I'm like, how?
It's insane.
How
what
do you
his
do this?
voice can do.
And he's good. And do you know what he's doing with it? He's Netflixing and chilling all day. All day, every day.
Oh my God.
Downstairs where I Netflixed and chilled all weekend.
Look at this dog.
Sticking her head through the
Look at
blinds.
her.
Part of the
break
reason
those
why
blinds.
I will never have anything nice.
This is why we can't have nice things. The dog's faux show.
Oh, they tear. Dogs, and any dog owner, I'm sure, will say this, but I feel like mine a little more than others. They eat so much stuff. Little Banyan, when I'm taking a shower today, would not get out of the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to shut the door. You're going to be in here and I'm going to take a shower.
She's so gross.
And then 2 seconds into my shower, she is dive bombing the trash. And now I am in the shower and there's trash.
Listen to this real quick.
All over the.
Real quick.
Why dogs? Yeah, what's up?
Halloween.
Yeah.
Totally free event.
Okay.
Horse rides, petting zoo, rock climbing, bouncy houses, balloon artists, cowboy chuck wagon, games, and more. Free food and entertainment, tons of trunk or treating with free candy, custom car displays.
Before you go on, I need to know what trunk or treating is.
Suggested canned good donation for Jesus, Hope, and Love Homeless Mission of Killeen.
Oh, we're going to do this in the name of the Lord? Let's go.
It's at Churches in Nazarene.
Is that a long ways from here?
Oh, it's in Killeen, Texas.
Oh, I'm not going to
It's
Killeen
not
for
in-
this.
no.
Honestly, I don't think I
leave
could
Austin.
do that anyways.
I'm from New England. I don't live Austin.
They're gonna be upset at how drunk I show up to that event.
Yeah,
I feel like they
we
would
can't
want
do
me
that. We'd ruin it for them.
Well, after you turn 21, Halloween.
That's like John and Doja going to Comic-Con. drunk on a handle of whiskey, which has happened. That's exactly what that's like, John and Doja.
Yeah.
That's how they would feel about us showing up at the Church of Nazarene.
Yeah, they would
Drunk.
definitely. They would look. You would get a couple of looks, 1 to 2 looks, and Jesus would be disappointed.
Entrepreneurial storyboarding, your business presentation in 4 scenes.
Hey, is this not
That's
true
right.
though? After you turn 21, if you're not working on Halloween, you're almost required by the laws of the universe to be drunk and in some ridiculous costume.
I think that's a requirement, yes.
And I don't want to. Like, I'm not really, like, I kind of look forward to dressing up on Halloween, but I'm like, man, it's going to be a thing. I got to start getting ready early. I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
just
because
put on a t-shirt.
everything is an inconvenience.
A little bit.
Literally everything.
No, it's all about outlook. I'm going to
It
put
is.
this outfit on. It's going to be great. No, what's really going to happen is I'm going to try to paint a skeleton on my face again, and I'm going to be once again disappointed because I'm going to be like, it doesn't look anything like it was supposed to, because I'm not as artistic as I think I am in my mind. And I want to look like a 3rd grader drew a skeleton
honest about
rather
it.
than, yeah. But it's cool because I go through this emotion every
I
year.
don't think I can go to this thing.
I could put a mask on, but you have trouble drinking through the mask.
See, that's difficult, yeah.
What are you going to be? You've went up and you've had a couple of ideas, right? For Halloween?
Oh,
Because
we're
your
being-
boy's coming down.
Mutton.
I'll pass out some candy, and then we're all going to a place downtown.
We're going to go to
where
6th Street because Dirty 6 is supposed to be crazy on Halloween. It's my first Halloween. I want to see.
By
what this thing's
crazy,
like.
basically, it's just people walking around not wearing clothes.
I can't
It's
wait.
like most places are.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
I believe a word you can describe it is skankatastic. I don't know if I'm using it appropriately.
Awesome.
I used to dress up like a caveman.
Like always?
That was my go-to outfit for most of the college years.
I don't
One
have
time,
a go-to.
me and my buddy Eric, we got drunk at the apartments. We're all supposed to go into town for. He lived on this little bit away from. We had a weird campus setup, but we were at his
was
dorm
this?
room, University of Mary, and we were drinking right before the dance we were supposed to go to, and the dance was in town because our college was out of town. And it's a dumb setup. Don't do it. It's not the way to get the good college experience. So we had to get drunk and then have somebody drive us into town to go to this dance. Long story short, neither of us made it to this dance. And neither of us made it to the dance until like the next day when we found each other. I'm like, Ernie, I didn't make it. And he's like, I think I made it, but I don't remember. And I'm like, wow, let's not do this.
Never again.
I had the longboard home. I remember I had like a glimpse that I was on my longboard at some point in time. I decided it was a great idea to climb on a longboard, bomb a hill because it's easier than walking.
No.
And I didn't die.
It's never the answer.
I didn't die. I don't remember the end of it, but I didn't die.
Do you want to go to this event? How to craft a purpose-driven brand that deeply connects. It sounds really good. I won't read the whole thing, but it sounds really, really good. I promise.
I'll trust you on this. I'm going to all of them.
Although it's on a Wednesday, 11:30 to 1.
I have some Wednesdays off.
Okay.
I'll have to consult my schedule.
Next Wednesday.
I don't know my schedule, and I'm not consulting it now. So,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do a quantity of 3.
Okay.
Just in case.
Just in case. What time's Francisco getting back?
Today? I have no idea.
No idea. How'd you find out he was getting back?
We texted last night.
Oh.
That we did.
See. Hey, what'd you do when we were at Elton John?
What?
What'd you do when we were at Elton John?
Oh my God, I was so lazy yesterday.
God, that was an adventure.
So
it was insane.
Lazy.
Yeah?
I don't even know what I did. I watched movies, I think. I was singing.
Wow, it was only
singing.
Yesterday. It's a long time to remember.
I was up
Don't
here.
stress yourself.
I was up here singing for hours, and then.
Did you do any dancing in my room, which you told me about now? And
No.
I was like, I could clean my room now that I know that somebody's just coming in and dancing in my mirror. People, people get kind of gross when they don't have anybody around. You're like, I'm not doing laundry the entire week.
No.
It's going to go in the same pillow pillow
Just
pile.
Clean your sheets.
There's some pillows in the pile. Hey, they're in the wash right now.
God, there you
You're
go.
going to wash that mop on top of your head?
I have to.
You better.
It's really
bad. It stands up on its own. I'm burning those headphones as soon as we're done with this.
It's really, really bad. What about this?
When's the last time you washed it? When's the last time you did the baking soda wash?
What day is it?
Step me back that far.
What day is it?
It's Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
When was I home? I came home Tuesday. It's been a week. I think I washed it last Monday.
Have you washed it since you've been back?
Like with shampoo and conditioner? No.
Oh,
No, it's been a week. But this is the first time I've done this in a really long time.
I have a quick question. Mm-hmm. Can you sit outside?
Shut up.
You almost can't even tell that you don't ever wash your hair.
Right?
No,
it doesn't look like. Does it really look that bad?
You got an afro, and it's teal and purple.
Well, it's turning into dreads.
I have a couple of questions. It's turning into dreadlocks.
It is turning into dreadlocks. Like if you feel it, it feels like dreadlocks.
When's the last time you put the little cornstarch rub down on it?
A few days ago.
Like a few isn't 3?
Several.
She's being you're answering it like you're a politician. You're like, I may or may not have put this cornstarch in my hair.
It's been a few to several days.
I can neither confirm nor deny if it's above the kitchen sink.
I honestly can't say which because I have no idea. But every day I wanted to wash it.
We need to bring attention to this.
I couldn't because it was so fucking humid that my hair would have just turned into like a chia pet.
I think chia pets are cute. Nope, not
about it? Not when my hair is
Did you ever have a chia pet?
Yeah, I think so. I think my grandmother had one.
I never had one. I wanted one.
I don't think I personally had one. Maybe. I might have, actually.
I can't. It's not. I don't even think I can take care of chia pet right now.
I can't keep anything.
Me and these dogs are the only thing that can hold it together. I'm like, I fed me, check. Did I feed you? Check. Okay. Another day. Another day, another dollar. Tara, get off your phone.
It's, she's, my friend checking in on me.
Okay. Thank you for continuing. Nothing's better than silence on a podcast. It's a fact. You want to try it out? One, two, three.
No, I'm good now. I'm still looking at places to
move to because you can't be here with that nasty ass hair.
To go. No.
It looks good though. They did a good job getting it dyed. Did you go to your old homie when you were back down?
I did.
Yeah, she did you up right.
She did, and she's moving to Orlando in Florida. So now to get my hair done, I have to go to Florida.
Why do you guys go to Florida so much?
We have a house there.
But do Rhode Islanders in general just like Florida?
Snowbirds, yeah. They all. What are they all looking at together out the window?
Dogs don't make sense, and these dogs especially are a different breed. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like people from Rhode Island, a lot of them, they buy houses down in Florida and they travel back and forth once they retire. It's a big thing up there.
My neighbors did that where I lived before I moved here. There were these really old people, and I didn't even notice that they were gone, except we just wouldn't. They would make odd complaints, like they would knock on the door and be like, so I saw a tire mark on our driveway, and because sometimes we would drive around each other, so because we'd park each other in. It was a really long driveway, and you could just pop over their driveway real quick, so you had trucks, and like, drive around it. Did literally no damage to anything. But on occasion, the tire tread would make a circular motion when you crank the wheel, and he would come tell us about it. Are you guys pulling onto my driveway? And I was just like, this is an issue? God, you guys are something else. But they would leave for a bunch of months out of the year because it's Montana and the majority of it's winter, and then you just do whatever you want. Sorry for
But
not
they cared.
doing any damage to your stuff, and really we're just being kind of 20-year-olds in a house doing whatever we want.
Dude, these events,
which really wasn't much. We're not that
suck.
good. All going to school. We're just trying to make it in life. That's actually all we were really doing.
That's all anyone's trying to do.
Yeah. Struggle is real. My hair fell out way
Life is
earlier than
tough.
I thought it would.
Yeah.
I used to not wash my hair like you. I used to wash my hair once a week, but I would wash it on Sundays religiously. Not like as I did it at church, but I would every Sunday I 100% washed my dreadlocks, and I usually used Garnier shampoo.
Oh.
And the smell of the Garnier shampoo reminds me of my dreadlocks like crazy. And it's
God.
not good because it smell like dready Garnier. So it's like, I don't know. You can't bullshit it. Dreads, like, they didn't stink, but they definitely don't smell like you wash your hair a lot.
They have a smell, yeah. They definitely do. Like, my hair gets a smell after 2 weeks of not washing it, for sure.
You shouldn't know that.
It doesn't bother
Certain
me, though.
things like that, you don't have to know anymore.
Doesn't bother
thanks
me.
to first world issues, like showers.
I'm not a very...
clean person.
Clean person. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat the situation.
Jesus, I'm gonna start hitting you with the hose. I'm gonna hear the door going beep 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 on that automatic lock thing, and I'm just gonna turn the sprinkler on and just.
I was talking to someone recently about like a clean cut guy or something, and I was like, thank God dirty guys exist, because like I wouldn't have a pool of men to choose from if they didn't. Like, I need the guys that look like they're homeless. Those are the guys that are
you're in
attracted
Austin,
to me.
so there's about 99.9% of them.
I know.
Jesus.
Or that just
There's
like
so
never
many
dress
beards.
up.
So many beards
with
here.
beards like that get things caught in them, and like curly mustaches.
Curly mustaches
and
are
hipster
silly.
haircuts.
Curly mustaches were silly in the
tattoos.
past, and they're silly now. And the people, I'm sorry, but when you do them, you're still unless you're like a 50-year-old man that has been doing it like because he is that old school boxing guy that's gonna sock you in the nose. He's allowed to have the curly mustache. All these other people with the curly mustache, including your last boyfriend with the curly mustache, one of the last. And he
wasn't a boyfriend.
Whatever, that dude.
A man interest.
Uncurl that shit.
It looks good. It looks good. I like the curly
Do you
mustache.
see my judging face?
I'm a fan. Obviously.
I know you're a fan. All of the people you talk to have them.
Not everyone.
They look like they've ate twice in their life. They're 14 feet tall. I don't know how they grow so tall, as malnourished as they are. And they've got curly, silly mustaches. And
they don't all have curly mustaches, but yes, they all look like
because some
they
of them
haven't
don't
eaten
have
in
enough
months.
nutrients in their body to grow a mustache that can curl.
And I worry about them. I want them to eat my cooking.
Well, I don't. The cooking is amazing. Remember that time I tried to get you to cook today and you just let me die? I'm so hungry right now.
I'm so lazy right now.
You started cooking
I'm
and
majorly lazy. Look at what
learned,
the kitchen looks like. I haven't even touched it. It's driving me nuts.
It looks like you need to be in it.
It's driving me nuts. That was not. Tisk.
Did you point you shook your finger, pointed into it. Well, you cook pretty good food. Do we still have chicken?
I'm a good cook.
I'm not.
We have one thing of chicken now.
Well, no, I'm gonna have to fight you for it.
I'm just gonna make a bean and cheese thingy. I'm gonna turn it into a bean and cheese, like my profile.
A bean and
picture.
cheese burrito. Are you gonna do another week straight up? I've never seen a single human being eat a bean and cheese burrito every meal. So what did I say? Human being. Yeah. You're gonna turn into a human being if you keep eating burritos like this.
I know. I love them.
They're pretty good though. But hey, throw some kale in there. It's worth it.
Ooh, this is good. Look,
as
this
Jabon
is
says, it's poor people food. When you're starving back in the day, apparently it's easy to grow kale. But hey, fuck it. It is good for you, so just do it. It's gross.
Create great designs with Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop's gradients, patterns, styles, brushes, layers, and filters. It's like a free training class. That's amazing.
For Adobe?
I'm going to that, yeah.
Are you going to make
Friday.
My display picture for the thought box is terrible. It's just a generic
Should I just sign 3?
got.
I'll do 3 again.
I can't go. You have to go and just make me an awesome one.
Okay.
Because I'm busy that day. And you have to do all the hard stuff. No, I'll
Never
go.
tell
I
you
definitely
anything.
want to go. I'm just messing
Sure.
around.
Well, I've got you and Cisco locked down on it. So,
Hey, why do you assume that
welcome.
Cisco's not going to have things to do?
well, I mean, I'm just saying, just in case he wants to, if he's home, why not?
He's going to be Netflix and chilling. He's going to be, he better have denied that friend request. Let's take a
Oh,
moment
let's
to
not
talk
even.
about this. If he doesn't deny the friend request, I'm going to cry. A small part
Just
of
do
me
it.
wants to cry.
Just say no.
a long
Wasn't that a
story
really
short,
big?
liars go to hell.
Wasn't that a
Liars,
really,
liars, pants on fires.
That was a really big. The 10x Entrepreneur's Guide to Goal Setting.
It's not
What's that?
WWE.
That's San
the
Antonio.
podcast. What site do you go to for this?
Eventbrite.com. And then I go to meetup.com.
Is this where you
too.
found all the other ones?
Yes. This is where I find most the events.
Is it-
Ooh. All right.
Why are dogs getting hurt? Boston Terriers.
Jesus.
What's wrong with her paw?
Stop.
We're having a day. We're having a week. It's been a rough dog week.
Just rest it. Yeah, I know you're all right. Just rest it.
So what happened was we have this Boston Terrier that weighs
Stop.
10 pounds that plays with this 145-pound Great Dane, and sometimes the Great Dane just like paws it and it just does a cartoon splat on the ground, and nobody's intending to hurt anybody, but this dog just keeps picking on Storm until she just
She's
pushes
applying
it.
weight to it again. Just let her rest it.
There's a small chance she caught it on the carpet too.
God, I can't with these
No
dogs.
issues. Emotional roller coaster for you. Having a rough one.
I just want to like
Resorting to making sounds
I
right
just
now.
want to live in like a cabin in the woods and like not associate with
Listen,
anything.
that's where you get. Have you seen the movies about
You're
the
right,
cabins in the
baby.
woods? That's when you get kidnapped.
Just rest it.
That's when you get kidnapped and you get terrorized. Tara gets terrorized. I
She's-
can't do your accent. I'll never be able to get it any better. I got it to this point.
I think it's feeling better.
I think she snagged her toe in there in the carpet like she does because it sounded like
that might have been it.
yeah. She's got these little
And then it probably
deep
like
claws. She
just
yanked
like
it real
hurt
hard
her muscle.
because she's a million years old. I've never seen a 10-year-old Boston Terrier outplay a puppy, and this dog just goes bananas all day.
Stop moving it. Just rest it.
But then she does old dog things like this where she like strains something and has to take half a day off.
Yeah, I know.
And it's heartbreaking. It's like, Vanya, you
She
just
just
gotta
wants to be a puppy.
you gotta enjoy the elderly activities. You gotta just convince yourself you like bingo. Get your arm up there in the air, get the bottom of that thing flapping away. Bingo. All right. Does she need further
I
attention?
kind of want to steal Shadow's bed and put it right there so she can land.
Go do it. Hey, we gotta wrap this up anyways. It's well, we are 44 minutes into this, and the other one I think was 17 before you had to call your parents. So we'll put out another one. We gotta do. I'm doing 3 a week, so we're gonna be here a lot. And if you want to listen to us talk about literally whatever and whenever, you can come listen to us on the Thoughtbox podcast. We're gonna get some more guests in here, but the video part of the Thoughtbox podcast stream is going to take a little bit of a financial break until I can do this the way it needs to be done. Like us on Facebook and Twitter. Subscribe to me on YouTube. The handle is at the Thoughtbox.
Sorry, things got heavy today.
Yeah, things got heavy. Things happen. At the Thoughtbox PC.
Life happens.
Or if you just go find us on Facebook, the Thoughtbox Podcast. All of our information's there. Bye-bye now.